Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I use these products to dye my hair jet black using the watercolor method. So I'm going to remove my wig from this Glad bag. This is just how I store my wigs when they have been washed and I'm not wearing them. As you can see, the hair is brown and black, and I'm dyeing it because I want the color to be uniform. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to protect my lace. So most people use Got2b, but I don't have that, so I'm going to use what I have, which is an oil Sheen spray. I'm just going to spray a few layers of this onto my lace just so it doesn't stain black, because I do not want black lace. So I'm going to spray until the lace is coated, and then I'm going to leave it to dry a bit. So I'm going to be using this Renew box dye. It's the Renew Intense Naturals in the shade Blackcurrant, and I bought 2 boxes of this. I bought this at Clicks. So what comes in the box is conditioner, the color activator, as well as the actual hair color. Then I'm going to take this little plastic bowl and a little knife that you get with your takeaways, and that is what I will be using. Please be advised, you need to wear gloves. I don't like the gloves that come in the box dyes. I normally use latex gloves and I've run out, so I'm going to do it with my hands. But I would advise that you don't use the gloves, otherwise you're going to stain your hands. So I'm just going to empty the contents of everything, the color activators and the hair color, into the bowl. I've emptied all the contents from both the boxes, and I'm just going to mix it. You want to make sure you've mixed everything. Be sure to mix from the bottom as well, because sometimes the color activator stays at the bottom and it doesn't mix. So take your time and mix the product together. You will see it's going to change color. It goes a bit brown, and that is exactly what we want. So I set the dye aside and I went to boil some water. I'm going to pour my boiling hot water into this bucket. The dye actually changed color. It turned this muddy black, but I'm going to put the contents of my bowl into the boiling hot water, and I'm going to mix it using the plastic knife. There are mini whisks that you get for this. I do have, but I've misplaced them, so I'm just going to use the knife. Please be very careful if you're going to be high risk like me and put your fingers into boiling hot water. You want to swirl it around and make sure you don't have any clumps of the hair dye. You want it to be mixed, like it should dissolve in the water. You don't want to see any clumps of it. This is just me mixing and mixing, making sure that the product is dissolved. As you can see, so I'm now dipping the hair into my dye and water mixture, and I'm going to turn it up so my closure isn't submerged in the liquid. I don't want to do that because then chances are my closure is going to stain. I'm using the back end of my paddle brush just to make sure all the hairs go into the mixture. So I left the hair in for about 15 minutes and I came back and it looked good enough. So now I'm rinsing out the hair. You want to rinse it out until the water runs almost clear, meaning most of the dye has been washed off the hair. So I've rinsed my hair over and over, and what I'm aiming at is getting the water to run as clear as possible. That would indicate that I've gotten most of the dye out of my hair, and I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to move to the next step. My closure didn't really get stained, but I'm going to show you. I used the Bragg's apple cider vinegar and some warm water And I'm going to put a bit of that brags in there and dip my closure in there just to remove whatever stains may be there. Like I said, my closure wasn't really stained, but I'm doing this to show you what you can do if you happen to stain your glaze closure or frontal while you do this process. So I've rinsed my wig with some cold water, and now I'm going to apply the conditioning packs that came in the hair dye. I'm just going to open the pack and squish it like directly onto my hair and then massage it through the hair. I'm going to use both packs just so my hair can get enough treatment and nourishment. This is me opening and applying the second pack of conditioner, and I'm going to repeat the exact same process. Just massage it and brush it into the hair. I'm just going in with my paddle brush. I'm brushing it. By now you should know I always do this. This will help evenly distribute the product and make sure every strand of my hair is coated. Then I am just going to leave the hair in the basin for a few hours. You can also do this overnight. So I came back after 2 hours and I felt my hair was treated enough. So I'm just rinsing it out again with lukewarm water. You don't want to use water that's too hot, otherwise you're going to strip the color and your hair of its natural oils. Then your hair is going to dry out and it's not going to look so nice. This is how I remove excess water from my hair. I don't wring my hair. Stop wringing your hair. It's not a pair of socks. So I'm going to take my Frieda frizz serum and I'm going to put a pump or two of that into my palms and put it onto my hair to help fight the frizz. I just want to show you my lace. There isn't any major staining, so the oil sheen worked. This is what the hair looked like after air drying it. I'm going to blow dry and straighten it off camera. And this is what it looks like after blow drying and straightening. I'm now going to show you how I blunt cut my wigs using a men's hair clipper. So you don't need any fancy clippers. I use my husband's wall clippers. And all I do is put them on and go directly into the wig. So I just push the clippers forward into the hair and cut off the ends that I want to cut off. Honestly, you want to do this in very small sections, so cut off short pieces of hair. You don't want to cut off too much, because if you make it too short, then you're going to have to make the other side short as well, and then you're not going to achieve the look. So do it slowly, steady in small phases so you don't make mistakes. So as you can see, I am taking my time. I am looking at the hair, making sure, like, I'm trying to go as even as possible. I'm going for that long bob type of feel. So I just want the bottom of the wig to be like a blunt cut type of cut. So that is what I am doing. At this point, I was feeling like I had already cut off enough, so I went to fit the hair off camera, but I realized when it was on my head that it was uneven, so I came back again with the clippers just to make the sides even. And this is the length that I'm going to settle on for now. If I want to cut it again, then I'm just going to repeat the process with the clippers. I'm now going to take my Tony & Guy white plate straightener and I'm just going to create a bump at the end of that hair just so it's a bit curved, and that's practically all I'm doing. To finish off the hair, I'm going to take my OGX kukui oil and I'm going to spritz it all over the hair just to give it a nice sheen and to help slick down any hairs that may be sticking up. This is what the hair looks like. I'm very happy. I'm going to cut the lace off camera and then I will come back to show you guys the finished look. I just want to show you, I put a black plastic bag on the floor to catch all the stray hairs that I cut, just to make it easy for me to clean up, plus I didn't want hair on my floor. So guys, this is how the wig looks after it's been cut. As you can see, it is like very even, and this hair is great. I don't know if it was the dyeing with the water method or what, but the hair is softer than it was in the beginning and it moves so freely. And I know I do have some brown spots like at the back, but I don't think I'm going to dye it again. I like that kind of vibe that it's giving because it looks intentional, but it wasn't. But otherwise, I think it turned out great. I am going to bleach the knots because I don't like seeing grid lines on my lace. So I'm going to bleach the knots. If you want to see how I bleach the knots, I do have a video on that and I will link it down below. But I am seriously loving this new hairdo. If you want to know where I got the hair, I will probably post some pictures on Instagram and I will tag the lady that I got the hair from. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something new. Please don't forget to leave a comment down below. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video.